I'm glad you came round when you did. I was a little bit worried. You've had a few fits before. Oh, you're right. Yeah. Hey, Ryan, just fainted again.
Good afternoon, Bondi Lifeguards.
We had a phone call from the boat ramp and saying the kid slipped over, hit his head, pretty much mashed his head up, and he's had a seizure.
A little kid, like how old? Teenager?
Teenager.
Yeah.
Senior lifeguards are at the change rooms. Tommy is unsure about what to do next.
So I just had to pause and think of how I was going to deliver it on the radio and let the boys know it was serious, but not cause any mass panic or anything.
Bondi Central, 2 lifeguards across the road. We just had a kid take a heavy head knock on Ben Buckler. So if we could get you guys back here, that'd be good, thank you. Yeah, mate, just on our way.
Me and Jake, you go.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah, he doesn't look good.
The young man is not epileptic. Seizures caused by head injury require massive force.
Like out near the boat ramp? Yeah.
There's sort of mixed things that go through your head, you know. We're sort of going there. I'm just trying to picture how bad his head knock could be for him to have a seizure.
Boat ramp? Yeah, boat ramp.
The boat ramp is situated at North Bondi. Jake and Tommy traverse the rocks. On arrival, they discover 15-year-old Dom severely concussed.
You could just tell in the eyes he was out of it. He had the eyes where he was looking straight through you, and you'd say something and he was delayed response.
Can you tell me what day it is, Dom? After him not being able to tell me the day, that sort of escalates it a little bit more. You know, you're looking at, you know, potential brain injuries, you know, could be internal bleeding.
He needed an ambo. He'd had a good head knock.
As an ambulance is called, Lisa, a woman at the scene, reveals what happened.
I looked down and he was fitting, so I just ran down and just lifted his head up, and I could see there was like blood everywhere. But then he was starting to turn blue because his mouth was full of foam.
Head injuries can cause bleeding on the brain.
Can you tell me what day it is, Dom? Do you feel dizzy or nauseous or anything like that? Are you all right now? Because he'd had such a big hit to his head, he was very out of it. I don't even think he knew that he'd fallen over. So it's hard to get information out of someone like that.
First-year trainee Tommy isn't accustomed to serious first aids.
Some trainees, it's really hard and really difficult to know how they're going to handle the pressure. You know, some guys go quiet. Everyone handles things differently.
The public up here have already called an ambo. We've just taken him up the back in the car park on Ben Buckler, and there's significant head cut and he's had a seizure, so we're just going to wait for the ambos up here with him. Just those things that aren't standard and you haven't trained for, they're the ones that you get most nervous about.
Here we go. The professionals are here, mate.
It's in the business.
What's happened today, mate? Not sure.
Biggest comfort for him probably was this, you know, young lady.
My mum's like a really severe epileptic, so like grew up with people, like with her fitting all the time. So kind of, knew what to do.
It's unclear if Lisa knows Dom already.
He seemed pretty content. You know, he's getting a lot of attention from, you know, the Good Samaritan that was helping him the whole time, you know. Lovely young lady sort of bear hugging him and sort of making sure he was okay, and I think that sort of eased it a bit.
Dom is transported to hospital for a brain scan. A few days later, lifeguards receive news that Dom will soon make a recovery from his concussion. And another question is answered: the identity of the mystery woman, Lisa.
So the 2 girls that were there, apparently, I've just read this in the article there, they were both on Big Brother. I had no idea.
Hello, Pete. How are you, mate? Okay, you know what you need. Do you want to come in with us? So you've got type 1 diabetes, and you know you obviously have it.
We need to get you a soft drink, do we?
Yeah.
Okay. I was told that he was having low sugar levels. I've dealt with diabetics and low blood sugar levels before, and I know that they need soft drink or they need something sweet to bring those sugar levels back up.
Like, is ginger beer good?
Yeah, whatever.
In extreme cases, people can die, and they will die because their blood sugar levels drop too low.
This has enough sugar in it, doesn't it?
No,
The card, what do I...
And then he pulled out from around his neck that he also was an epileptic.
Okay, gotcha. I don't know. Do you want me to call an ambulance for you or anything, matey? So if you have an epileptic fit, I might need some help here. We might call an ambulance.
Got an ammo, Chatter?
What was your name again? What was your name again, mate? He's having like an epileptic seizure.
All I could do was hold his pulse, and I was just basically waiting to see what would happen next.
Bondi Beach.
Epilepsy and diabetes.
Quick smart, eh?
You're all right, mate. You're all right, matey.
It's okay, mate.
You're all right, mate. You're with us. You're all right, matey.
I'd never been confronted with anything like that before.
You just had a little episode. You're with the Lifeguards.
Welcome back, sweet.
Scare me for a sec there, Pete.
I think he knew what was going on, and he's been through it so many times that when he comes to and he rides out the other side, that it's, you know, I'm all right now.
You look so much better.
Oh, God, mate.
I felt like shit before. Scared the shit out of me,
Put these crews out here and we'll wait for the ammo.
Well, I've been type 1 diabetic, and what it does, it lowers my sugar, so I can go into a hypo, any kind, anywhere, and it drops very quickly. I can go into cardiac arrest as well.
1, 2, 3. It's not a bad spot to sit and watch all the action anyway.
If it wasn't for these guys here, I wouldn't be surviving very well. Back to law.
I'm stoked that Pete came to us for help. You know, he was a really interesting character to meet on the day. I don't have too many bad days, but if I do, you know, I'll look to Pete.
It was a really steamy hot day. You just know, hot day, something's going to happen. So I headed down to the northern end of the beach, and out of the corner of my eye, I see a guy fitting, and he's literally, I seen him falling. Yeah, guys, come down north. I've got the homeless bloke. He's having a fit down here.
I better go.
Yeah.
I knew it was going to be really difficult. I had to get back up. Just remember that thought of, oh, no.
Mick, the jogger notorious for his white Speedos, is having a seizure at the north end.
He's still breathing, but he's unconscious.
Yeah, copy, mate. So I'm getting an ambo. Harries is already there. Luke's gone down as well, and Jesse's there. We're lucky. We've got an ambulance parked across the road, out the front of Bondi Surf Club. So we're going to try and see if we can get those guys to attend. I saw them there earlier having a coffee, and then, yeah, we're really lucky because they're attending. They're right here.
Hey, guys.
Hello, buddy. How are you feeling? It's the ambulance.
We got the paramedics down, and then it just pretty much snowballed from there.
So next we're going to get the spine board in behind him. We'll see how we go.
Mick, well known for avoiding human contact, is about to find himself surrounded by half a dozen people as soon as he regains consciousness.
We're just going to lift you up. Count of 3. I knew he was going to be hypoxic when he woke up. It's lack of oxygen to the brain, and I knew all hell was going to break loose.
Help! Help me!
He needs to be examined by doctors. Lifeguards restrain Mick, while paramedics administer a sedative.
It must have been pretty hard for Mick because we had him strapped to the spinal board. Even with 5 lifeguards and 2 ambo officers, we were struggling to keep him down.
We're trying to help you.
Help, please!
Promise we're trying to help you, mate.
Please.
It's extremely upsetting to see someone like Mick in pain, and I felt like we were inflicting the pain to a degree.
Eventually, Mick is sedated and can be transported to the ambulance for further medical care.
I count of 3. 1, 2, 3, let's go.
No, we do a lot of rescues with people you don't know, and you know, Mick's a character that we see every day.
Lifeguarding is emotionally taxing. Even more so when the lifeguards are dealing with someone they know.
I need to sit down. Need to get my breath back. It's very physical and it's emotional too, you know, so I'm a wreck. Like, you don't get it out of me much, but that was full on.
I just had a couple of tourists approach the buggy and just tell me that there was an incident about 50 metres up the beach.
Yes, sorry mate, I'm back on deck.
A woman is in poor condition, but the situation quickly escalates. Reidy checks vital signs.
Hey, South Rhino.
You have a defib in the back of that Rhino, I think.
Having a defib ready to go is a huge advantage to us should we have to use it. Defib, early access, and you've got a big chance of surviving.
Everyone move back. 27 years old. She's got and it looks like she may have just had a fit just recently. Just probably breathing. Put her feet down. Still a very strong pulse. So just do that.
Ambulance.
The woman's condition is a mystery and well beyond lifeguard medical training.
Hello, you all right? You okay?
So when she came to on the beach, I guess it went from like a level 9 to like a level 5, because once she was communicating with us, we could try and figure out what was wrong.
Do you know what your name is? Angelica? Do you know what day it is? Can you talk to me? Friday. It's Friday. It is Friday. Do you know what's happened?
Angelica reveals that she suffers from seizures.
Yeah, we just got her back conscious now.
Yeah, copy mate, I'll relay that to the ambos.
You got the medicine?
Yeah. You have the medicine? Have you had it before? Do you usually take medication to it? Yeah? Okay,
Well, we'll get her out. We'll take her up to our medical facility.
Lifeguards don't know what is causing Angelica's seizures.
It's really important after someone's had a fit that we get paramedics to have a look to make sure this person's okay. Copy, Reidy, I've got all that. I'm just on the phone, mate.
I reckon we just get her out of here straight away. Yeah. You all right?
You all right? Hold on tight for me.
The worst seems to have passed. So, Reidy plays host on the drive to the tower.
Where are you from?
South Africa.
South Africa. All right, whereabouts in South Africa? Johannesburg. Joburg. Are you for holiday?
Yeah.
Geez, I'm glad you came round when you did. I was a little bit worried. You've had a few fits before. Oh, you're right. Yeah. Hey, Ryan, just fainted again.
Once she'd passed out the second time, and I was getting quite concerned.
You right? You okay?
I wanted to get her into the tower pretty quickly, but to carry a dead weight like that, even though she is only about 60 kilos, is quite hard, especially to crawl in there, rip her out of the buggy and get her up the stairs to the tower.
As suddenly as she lost consciousness, Angelica comes to again.
Just did the best I could.
Just pop yourself up there. Do you usually have them this regular?
Yeah, it depends on what happens.
Okay.
A lot of people who have had fits have maybe had them before, and they can indicate something else is going wrong. So we need to make sure that they get just a set of eyes over them, and if the paramedics are happy, they can clear them.
I'll leave that here. We've called an ambulance for you.
I really don't think I need one.
Well, you've just had 2 fits.
Yeah, me, or I don't want to go anywhere.
Yeah, they'll just check you out.
Okay.
Because we were a bit worried about you then. That was pretty bad on the beach.
Sorry.
No, don't be sorry. It's just like we just want to make sure you're okay before we let you go.
Lifeguards have a duty of care to all beachgoers. Angelica's family arrives with much needed medication.
So you've got some medication for her?
Angelica's your medicine here. I'm so sorry. Thank you.
Some cold water, yeah.
That's fine.
All right, but the ambulance is in the car park. They're coming. They're not far off.
That's fine.
Once I heard the sirens of the ambos coming down the hill, I went to go meet them at the top just to give them a little bit of info on the patient.
Angelica feels the ambulance is unnecessary. Angelica's condition says otherwise.
She's passed out again.
Oh, she's gone again? Yeah. Okay. Angelica? Her name's Angelica. She's 27.
Hello, Angelica.
Yeah. Deputy Tech.
Not a great strong pulse. We'll just get some OG
Yeah.
water, I think, at the moment. That's it. Hello.
But if they do, they make it.
Hi. You had a few seizures today. Do you know where you are at the moment? Bondi. Yeah.
Paramedics check Angelica's vital signs and recommend a trip to hospital.
Angelica, it's probably a good idea that you pop up to the hospital. It's quite possible could have a further seizure. You don't want to come? No.
Paramedics can't force Angelica to go with them, and she's left in the care of her family.
If someone is giving you their expert opinion, like the paramedics want you to go to hospital, just go to hospital.
I'm such an embarrassment to life.
It's not worth you walking up the street, having another episode and falling over, hitting your head, because who knows what that would result in.